looking at Objective 3 practice on scale drawings. So let's take a look at our first link here. It says, are these two figures, is figure B a scale copy of figure A? Okay, if it is, then the length, or the base and the height, since they're triangles, the base and the height would be proportional, be the same ratio. Okay, so the base here is 4, the height is 1, 2, 3. The base here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so what we're doing is we're multiplying by a scale factor of 2. And if we multiply this by 2, we get 6, so it's the same scale factor. So is it a scaled copy? Yes, it is, because it's the same scale factor. All right, here, is this a scaled copy? All right, so let's look at corresponding sides, sides that are in the same position. So this side 3 would correspond to this side of 9. So what we're multiplying by is 3. This side would correspond to this side. We're multiplying by 3. Now is 2.2 times 3 going to be 7.3? No, that's actually, if we multiplied these sides by 3, we're going to get 6.6 and 6.6. They have 7.3, so it would not be a scaled copy. So we would say no. All right. So you have to make sure that corresponding sides have the same proportion or the same scale factor. Okay, second link here. We have to, it says draw Desmond's chip to scale on the grid below. Okay, he fabricates a tiny microchip. Is it a square? So all 4 sides are the same, measuring 7.5 millimeters on each side. Okay, now here, this is our key. We need this 1 millimeter is 2 boxes. So we need 7.5 millimeters. So we need to do 7.5 times 2 to figure out how many boxes. And that's going to be 15. So we need a box that is 15 by 15. So we move these dots until we get that. Move that one. Good. All right, let's try one more. It says this time draw a city block such that 1 unit on the grid below represents 5 meters, and it says the block is a square with a side length of 100 meters. Okay, so if 1 unit is 5 meters, let's do units in meters. This time we'll set up a proportion. We need how many units for 100 meters? Cross multiply divide, that's going to tell us 20 units. So we need to make a box that is 20 by 20. Let's see. There we got 20 by 20. Good. All right, so you can set up a proportion. Sometimes you want to set up a proportion, like for this one, I would set up a proportion using that it's 3 blocks is 9 meters, how many blocks for 15 meters, and then how many blocks for 27 meters. This one, since it's a rectangle, I'd actually set up two proportions to solve that. Okay, and then our last link here says polygon B has an area of 1 square unit. We draw a scaled version of polygon B using a scale factor of 7. Okay, what is the area of polygon W? Okay, so the area of the first one is 1. Now remember, we need to take the length and the width times the scale factor of 7. So we're going to multiply by 7 once for the length. We're going to multiply by 7 again for the width. So the area of the scaled copy is actually going to be 49. Take the area of 1 times 7 gives us 49 for our scaled area. All right, now here, polygon Q is a scaled copy of polygon P using a scale factor of 1/2. Polygon Q's area is what fraction of polygon P's area? Okay, so again, we're going to multiply by 1/2 once for the length, multiply by 1/2 again for the width, multiply those together, we get 1/4. So polygon Q is going to be 1/4 of the area of polygon P. Okay, let's do one more like that. Triangle R has an area of 40. Okay, we drew a scale version of triangle R and labeled it triangle T. It says, what scale factor did he use to go from triangle R to triangle T? Okay, so we know the original was 40. Let's figure out what the area of this is. It's 1, 2, 3, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. So that'd be 1/2 times 5 times 4, which equals 1/2 times 20, which is going to be 10. Okay, so we went from 40 to 10. Okay, so if you figure that out, we are multiplying by 1/4. 40 times 1/4 is going to be 10. Okay, if you didn't know that, you could do 10 divided by 40. So 10 divided by 40, reduce that, it equals 1/4. Okay, so 40 times 1/4 is 10. But remember, that's including the length and the width. So we have to figure out, okay, what did we multiply by twice to get 1/4? So what times itself is 1/4? It's going to be just 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. So our scale factor is actually going to be 1/2. That's probably the trickiest type of problem like this, is where you have them already multiplied together, and then you have to figure out, okay, what did I multiply by itself to get that? That's all we have for examples. Let's go to practice.